Relax and fall into a deep sleep with 3 hours of calm bedtime stories for grown-ups. You're listening to the Cozy Cottage Collection. Escape to 5 different dreamy dwellings set in a lakeside town, a foggy forest, and on a barrier island. Like a series of dreams, these bedtime tales will help you drift across the bridge from your waking life to your sleeping life. After any of the stories, you may listen for the next adventure or comfortably drift to sleep. It's time to dream away. I would like to welcome you to Michelle's Sanctuary. I am Michelle, and as you listen, think of my voice as that of a trusted friend and guide. Here is a place you are welcome to be the fullest expression of yourself and celebrate all that is unique in you, rather than use your imagination for worry. You may tap into this resourceful gift to find pleasure and solace at bedtime. You may wish to take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already, so you may return to this series in the future. As you listen, you are free to customize however you desire. You may wish to skip the meditation and breath work and go straight to the sleep stories. You know what works best for you, better than anyone on the planet. Cuddle up and sink into your bed and inhale through your nose or mouth, whichever feels best. Feel your belly rise, then your chest, then your collarbones. Your mouth opens into a delicious yawn. And then sigh, making an ah sound if you like. Signal to your body it's time to stand down and prepare for sleep. Take in another deep, healing breath, and then open your mouth into a yawn. And then at your own pace, release the air in a sigh. Now is the perfect time to sigh, to settle, to surrender, to go deep within. Every breath is another chance to experience life. This is a wonderful time to feel that experience of peace and ease. Nothing is required of you right now other than to feel good. Notice how much more relaxed you are than moments ago. Throughout this journey, you may check in with yourself at any point and assess how much more relaxed you feel on these cottage and cabin adventures. The word cottage originates from England in the Middle Ages. Peasant farmers were known as cotters, and over time their small farmhouse abodes became known as cottages. Later on, similar snug abodes in natural settings would become relaxing escapes and dreamy getaways. Simplicity would become the ultimate sophistication. It would offer a place to find peace and solace, to connect with nature and with the deepest parts of oneself. Cottages and cabins evoke feelings of serenity and homey charm. You may take this moment and feel the warmth that comes from thoughts of cozy cottages. Let this feeling travel from your heart center to the rest of your body like rays of golden light. Warm and soothing, your body tingles with bliss as the first story begins. It's time to venture to a cabin on a lake. There is a cabin on a magical lake that holds the most cherished of your memories, and where you return to at the end of each summer to relish the last of the warmth and watch as fall arrives. Visualize that you are standing on a winding stone path that leads to a cabin that is surrounded by evergreen trees, reaching towards the afternoon skies. You hear the gentle crunch of your canvas shoes as a breeze wafts towards you, blowing strands of your hair off your face. You inhale the fragrant air that is peppery and piney, with a thin aromatic veil of the lake that makes you think of wet stones and splashing in shallow waters. The air has a lightness to it, clean and warmed by the sun. But within the tepid breeze, there is a cool taste of autumnal air on the way. You pause and admire the cabin, a cozy structure built many decades ago, with amber-colored logs that glisten in the sun. The coniferous trees cast shadows like skinny cones that pour over the cabin and towards the lake behind the home. Their treetops are like fingers reaching towards the pure, clean body of blue-green water with a silvery gleam. You are with a dog who is your best friend on this journey, and like you has come to this respite in nature over many years and seemingly many lifetimes. As a child, the cabin felt like a mansion to you, but as perspectives change over time, it now feels quaint and cozy. There is a deck that wraps around the entirety of the cabin, and you and your pup come to the front steps and ascend. You stand on the deck and approach the door, feeling the same anticipation you felt many times before after the long drive to the cabin. You feel the weight of your luggage on your back as you reach into your pocket and remove the key, inserting it into the lock and unlocking the door as you turn the knob. Your hand lands on the cool textured grains of the wooden door as you push it open and are overcome with a vibrant ray of sunlight which shines on your face like a spotlight. Particles of dust dance on the light, as if a satchel of glitter were thrown into the air, enchanting you. And each glimmering particle of dust is like a memory kept in this rustic getaway that plays before you in mini reenactments. The sound of your own laughter and the laughter of those you love most serenade you as a melody that transports you back in time. Your dog runs towards the center of the room and jumps on a soft, worn-in sofa before spinning in a circle and getting cozy while you set down your heavy bags in the foyer. The ceilings are high above, and there is a loft overhead that houses a sleeping nook. The main room smells of old books, and these books rest in a built-in bookshelf that covers a wall where a fireplace rests in the center. You walk towards the mantel of the fireplace to take in the antique picture frames containing photos of you in different stages of life, enjoying the lake both alone and with others. All the seasons of your life are represented before you, and you take a moment and feel gratitude for this special place in nature that exists for you right now. The back of the cabin faces the lake, and the windows expand from ceiling to floor, angled to accommodate the A-frame ceiling. There is a kitchen that overlooks the lake, and you saunter across the wooden floor that leads to it as the old floorboards creak and sigh. The kitchen is nostalgic as well, and antique tins store hot cocoa and tea bags and coffee. The wooden cupboards are weather-worn and inviting, and you open one to find a big round mug that you remove to prepare your favorite warm beverage. You take the cast iron kettle from the stovetop and fill it with water from the deep farmhouse sink. Your pup runs into the kitchen with a fervently wagging tail and shadows your every move, looking to you for guidance on what happens next. You fill your mug with your preferred beverage and wait for the water to boil. You look out the kitchen window towards the silvery lake. Ripples form as a neighbor is canoeing in the middle of the lake. A few other cabins pepper the lake's perimeter, tucked into coves behind the lush greenery of evergreens and deciduous trees. The sound of the water boiling pulls you back into the moment, and you go to the stove and turn off the burner before pouring the water into your mug. As the steam rises from the cup, it carries the intoxicating smell of your beverage across the room, mingling with the fragrance of pine and old books. You open a cabinet and remove a dog bone from a tin box, urging your pup to do a trick before catching it in delight. You take your mug and return to the living room to retrieve a soft crocheted afghan from the sofa that you perch over your shoulder. Your pup waits with a wagging tail near the glass doors as you come along and open them out onto the back deck. Again, you are hit from the damp air traveling across the lake with a woodsy aroma. As you descend the stairs towards a pathway that leads to a dock, you can smell a neighbor's campfire and watch as the smoke travels high above the water in a black squiggling line. Your dog runs ahead as you slowly balance your hot beverage and blanket, tiptoeing down the path. The lake is a mirror for the sky. The clouds and cornflower blue sky are reflected like a watercolor painting on silk, interrupted by gentle ripples. Your canine companion beats you to the wooden dock, and her nails click on the wooden planks. The incoming waves cascade on the pebbled shore, sounding in a shush that feels like the whisper of a mother rocking her child to sleep. As you reach the edge of the dock, you remove your shoes and sit on the edge, dangling your feet above the water. You dip in one toe and then another, feeling the warmth of summer that remains, even as the late day air begins to cool. The days are becoming shorter, and this is your last hurrah of summer before fall encroaches. Your dog lays down beside you, nestling her head on her paws as she looks out on the lake. You watch your paddling neighbor in a canoe as he disappears into a cove. A family of ducks glide across the water in order from largest to smallest, as if a mother duck is leading her flock to the deeper waters of the lake. A fish breaches the surface of the water, creating a splash, just as other fish do the same as feeding time begins. The sun, like a glowing tangerine orange orb with a marigold yellow halo, disappears behind jagged silhouettes of pine and spruce trees. The last amber and honey-hued rays of light pierce through the spaces between branches before darkness sets in. You watch as a maple tree nearby loses a few leaves in the breeze before they softly land on the surface of the lake. While these iconic pointed leaves are still verdant in hues of green, the warm glow of the sky casts them in golden hues. It's foretelling as you see the leaves becoming orange and vibrant red from the fiery sky above. You imagine in suspended animation what it looks like as the season changes before you. The cool evening air rides the back of summer's warmth, setting the scene for autumn's glory. As you squeeze every last golden drop out of summer, with longing as the saturated magenta and orange sky dims, approaching twilight. Every drop of warm light comes down upon you in a hypnotic stream of sun-tinged drops as you reach out your hands and collect them. And you imagine these golden drops falling and melting into the warm lake where you kick your feet back and forth in waters that feel like a lukewarm bath. Summer is yours to remember, to hold on to keep you warm in the inevitable cold months to come. It may be collected in freckles, darkening complexions and tan lines, and the feeling of warmth that penetrates your skin on the longest of days. You look to your dog, who continues to dreamily stare at the lake, which is now a deep shade of sapphire. The dark sky above reveals stars like silver freckles cast against a dark blue-black blanket of night. A sliver of a crescent moon takes center stage and is reflected back on the lake's silky surface. Fireflies appear above the water, skirting around the edges of the lake towards the brown earth and surrounding forest. You close your eyes and take in a deep breath, inhaling the fragrant lake that smells like flinty wet stones, and the invigorating sensation of the pine and cedar trees. You sip your warm beverage, relishing the soothing liquid as it cascades down your throat. The lake rocks the dock, and you surrender to the undulations beneath you, listening as the dock taps against stones in the lake. The percussive sound is dulled by the viscosity of the lake and reminds you of your own heartbeat that you feel thumping steadily yet slowly within your chest. You reach down to feel the downy fur of your pup, placing your hand on her heart as well, and connecting with the sensation of life. It is vibrant within you and within her. It is vibrant within the lake, within the trees, within the setting, even as the encroaching chill of autumn slows everything down in preparation for winter. Having lived through so many summers at this cabin on this mystical lake, you easily visualize the vibrant jewel tones of the deciduous trees in the coming months. You imagine being in a kaleidoscope of colors, floating across the lake beneath the starry sky, like the maple leaf that has drifted to the center of the lake. For now, you surrender to the creaks of the dock and the crickets chirping around you. The rustle of the leaves still remaining on the trees is like a soft murmur, hushing your mind and lulling you into a calm state. You listen to your dog sigh, and it causes you to sigh with contentment as well. You look to the stars, spotting the Big Dipper, and thinking back to the first time you identified stars in the constellation. It feels like a lifetime ago, yet it also feels like it happened yesterday. You sense the fluidity of time as you wiggle your toes and watch ripples flow across the moonlit water. And memories appear on these ripples, and it's as if every moment in your life's timeline exists right now. You choose to conjure the summer's memory that makes you feel best, and watch it play out on the reflective lake, like a movie projected on the screen at a drive-in. You take a moment and see yourself living out these happy memories of summers past, recognizing the part of you that feels exactly the same now as it did back then. The spark within you that lights up like the bright star in the sky, and you connect with the infinite powers of the universe. You appreciate the predictability of day turning into night, and of summer turning into fall, as they give you a security and sense of trust. The trust pervades the night as you lie down on the dock, all the better to see the stars. The dark silhouettes of the trees shelter the lake, providing a sense of privacy and safety. You hear an owl hooting in a nearby tree, and your dog's ears perk up in curiosity, before once again she relaxes on the dock next to you. You spread the blanket over you, and your pup inches closer. You feel the furry warmth of her body as she presses against you. You look to the moon and imagine what it would be like to hang from it, floating among the stars, swinging on a moonbeam from one star to the next. The firmness of the dock supports your spine as you begin to drift in a dreamy haze between sleep and consciousness. You decide to return to the comforts of the cabin, and so you slowly rise. You take your shoes and mug and walk barefoot on the cool wooden planks of the dock. The dog follows behind you as you step on the walkway and feel the damp ground below you, brought on by the humidity of the night. It's like you're in the center of an orchestra of crickets and tree frogs that sing their night's song. You come back to the cabin's deck and ascend the stairs, as if you are floating through space rather than walking. You enter the cabin with your pup in tow, guided by the soft glow of the outdoor spotlights. They offer enough light for you to sleepily make your way towards the wood stairs that lead to the loft. You ascend, counting each step as you go, looking out towards the wall of glass that faces the lake. You admire the sapphire waters, now cast in a pearly haze from the moon, as a fog gently rolls in across the lake. You inhale deeply and yawn, smelling again the aged pine beams of the cabin and the dusty books. You continue up the stairs to the loft with your pup in tow. A queen-sized bed awaits, covered in a patchwork quilt that bears the patches of fabric from clothing you once wore. It is a tapestry of memories. You remove your clothes and climb beneath a soft blanket and cotton sheets, getting cozy. Come morning, the last of summer's sunlight will pour through the windows that face the lake. You will awaken restored and inspired to live the day to the fullest as you cherish the summer for all it has given you. But for now, you find sleep. You let go as your eyelids close, and you sink so deep into the mattress. You are like a rock plunging into the deep waters of the lake and falling onto its soft, muddy bed. You drift and float, letting go of the night as you cross over into the dreamscapes that await. The sweetest of summers gone by will dance in your dreams beneath a quilt of memories that keeps you warm and tucks you in safely for the night. And you may surrender to sleep or drift along to the next story. The fog. Imagine that you are inside a car, driving through the winding, gleaming, opalescent black road that weaves among a forest of redwood trees. Your window is slightly open, and you feel the cool, misty air landing upon your face. Driving quite carefully, you find a soft mist is wafting just above the rich green grasses that border the shoulder of the road. Slowly dancing with grace as it hugs around the wheels of your car. You feel as if you are driving in a trance-like state, in tune with your surroundings and aware of all you must do, but also feeling the many miles behind you. Allowing the Zen-like feeling that comes from the meditative nature of driving throughout a changing landscape on your way home. The mist is beginning to form droplets on your windshield. And in this relaxed state, you may play out any last impressions of your day. You turn on the wipers, and any lingering thoughts you may have appear upon the windshield like translucent holograms, thoughts you no longer need. You are able to visualize and watch how each stroke of the windshield wiper is able to wipe them all away, bringing you back to this present moment, driving through the cool late day air in this rural landscape. Not far from your home in this coastal town, the fog is beginning to thicken, carrying with it a briny scent and taste that meets your lips as it gently blows in from the open window. The misty haze begins to thicken into a cloud of silver fog, wrapping around your car. You come upon the long, windy stone driveway that leads to your cabin and decide to park along the shoulder of the road, finding it may be easier to walk than drive in these changing conditions. And you know it will feel good to stretch your legs and enjoy the movement of your body before you retire in the cozy confines of your cabin for the night, feeling safe and enlivened by this sensation and mystique of the incoming fog. You are so familiar with the path to your home that you could continue with your eyes closed if you wanted to. You step outside your vehicle, feeling the cool, minuscule droplets that brush against your face and hands. Comfortably dressed in an oversized plush sweater and your favorite jeans, you give yourself a gentle hug as you close the car door and allow your shoes to crunch against the loose, glistening, cloud gray stones of the driveway. Taking it one step at a time, inhaling and exhaling as you walk among the redwoods that stand around you, having proudly endured for hundreds and hundreds of years before you. As tall and rigidly as they stand right now, you know how easily their branches may give when the wind picks up, allowing you to understand how it takes strength and flexibility to experience such longevity and thrive like these ancient trees. A fawn crosses your path and is followed by her mother, whose long lashes blink upon her doe eyes, and she meets your gaze in a moment of trust, feeling connected, as she knows you as well as you know this forest and landscape. How lucky you feel to share your own life with the life that surrounds you, feeling as rooted to the earth below your feet, as the deep roots set by the sequoia trees that surround you. It feels good to belong, to have the security and feeling of solidity in an ever-changing world. Continuing as darkness sets in and the fog embracing each tree with floating tendrils that ride the gentle breeze and continue to flow. You inhale and exhale, and now smell the fragrance of wood burning as you look up and see the darker plumes of onyx chimney smoke interwoven with the elephant gray fog. You recognize the silhouette of your cabin home, with a porch light cutting through the fog with its golden ray of hope. The fog is otherwise so thick you scarcely see beyond a step or two. It feels comforting, as if a baby swaddled in a blanket. So too do you feel this enclosure by the fog, and it allows you to go deeper within a welcome feeling of solitude, where you may connect to your deeper self, knowing that you are home, that you are in a safe place to explore this mystique and enjoy the show that nature may put on. How wonderful it is to know that, like the weather conditions around you, nothing may stay the same forever. So even if you are struggling or feeling challenges, they pass just the same in time. You close your eyes for a moment to enjoy this stillness, focusing on the sound of the babbling brook that wraps around your property, the sound soothing and purifying, just as the cool, misty air that you inhale with great relief for each breath. And you smell the earthiness of the forest floor, now damp and rich, opening your eyes, noticing how even with the fog, the brilliantly hued wildflowers offer pops of lilac and cornflower and fuchsia in the otherwise muted tones of the forest at dusk. Enjoying just a few more moments of this mystical display by Mother Nature, you feel your body growing quite tired. It is the kind of tiredness one feels after a productive day and a journey well traveled. You come upon the solid wooden steps that lead to your cabin's entry. Looking at the droplets that have formed like tiny glass globes, reflecting all that is around, counting each step as you ascend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Home at last. This cabin is of your own design, taking in all the aesthetic beauty that you enjoy, and had tailored perfectly to create this dream home. And there are windows that run from ceiling to floor in the main room, which may tint entirely black when you seek privacy and refuge, but may also look upon the natural scenery that surrounds you. Approaching the door, You run your hand upon its artfully designed stained glass window that creates an image that means something to you. Perhaps it is a symbol or a landscape, or perhaps a flower or ocean wave. Whatever it is, this image is formed by your favorite hues in multicolored glass and always gives you a feeling of being inspired and welcome home. Opening the door, you enter the foyer of your cabin that feels both cozy and lofty at the same time. It is just the kind of space that you feel most comfortable in. You remove your shoes and socks and leave them on the doormat. The room is dimly lit by the burning fire in the fireplace, as golden orange flames lick the soot-stained stone wall of its interior. The fire's glow saturates further the red hues of the cedar walls and lend to the luxurious smell of your cabin in the woods. Peering out the windows, you see the thick fog has now surrounded your home, rising higher from the forest floor and making you feel so very tired and relaxed, almost as if you could float along as well in a relaxed haze. And you are so ready to find a place to fall asleep for the night. You walk to the spiral staircase that leads to your bedroom and begin to climb each step, counting as you go and finding yourself deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation with each step. 1, 2, 3, feeling more and more tired and heavy, continuing onward. Step 4, 5, 6, 7. What a relief to be at the end of this long and winding journey, so close to the respite you have earned. Continuing up the final few steps. 8, 9, 10. As you arrive at the landing, your feet touch upon the cool maple wood flooring that leads down the dark hallway to your bedroom, feeling gratitude and relief to be home, to be safe, to be in a place that is ideal for a great night's rest. You approach your sanctuary and bedroom, feeling the freedom that comes in a safe place, the freedom to just surrender and let go. Your bedclothes are laid out upon the bed, and you begin to remove your sweater and jeans, feeling a wave of relaxation as you change into your freshly laundered pajamas. You cannot help but inhale the fresh, intoxicating smell of clean linen. And notice how this fragrance always makes you feel so cared for. You let gravity win over as you fall into the plush softness of your king-sized bed. Upon this bed is a hand-stitched quilt that was gifted to you by someone who you love very much. And any time you find yourself cuddled beneath its warm embrace, the memory of this gift feels as though you are being held in the arms of your loved one. The kind of unconditional love and nurturing that we all deserve, that you know you deserve. Your head sinks into a mountain of soft plush pillows, and your heavy eyelids close almost immediately. As you lie down, the softness of the bed intensifies the feeling of heaviness in your body, and like your small seaside town, with each light going off in each dwelling come nightfall, so too is each muscle and part of your body just shutting down for the night, letting go as you go deeper and deeper down, thinking of the layers of embrace, how the fog embraces the trees surrounding your cabin in an embrace, how your cabin and quiet bedroom sanctuary are now offering a barrier of protection for you, like a gentle cocoon for the night. And in this safe lodging, you may have the most magical of dreams, because nights like tonight are full of possibilities. The fog whispering around you, inspiring loving thoughts, and a clean, purifying air that you inhale and exhale. Your feet, so heavy and warm, relax into the soft bed, and your legs and hips falling limp and very heavy into the bed, and your back and arms sinking deeper and relaxed, cozy and warm. Your neck and head are now tingling in the relaxation and happiness you feel being in your dreamy cabin, inhaling the fragrant cedar of your cabin walls, and exhaling any concerns of the day, inhaling the positivity that will bring you good dreams, dreams that will better align you in this life with a journey without struggle and the foresight to stay in alignment with your true self. You find yourself drifting in and out of consciousness, the happy in-between and gateway guiding you from an accomplished day to a healing escape towards sleep.
knowing whatever sleep you receive will be of the utmost restorative quality and allow you to wake up refreshed and eager to start a new day. Drifting, breathing out tension, breathing in gratitude, listening to the natural sounds of the gentle flowing water of the silvery stream outside. Noticing how your mind has slowed and you are letting this time exist just for you in your very special place, deeper and deeper, deeper than you may remember going, as your body is more and more relaxed, enjoying this experience, this wonderful calm feeling of peace and stillness. Peace and stillness. The fog giving you the perfect excuse for this lovely night of hibernation. Going deeper and deeper into your own thoughts before sleep, like a lucid dream, to the sacred place where only you may go, because within you is the secret you hold, a special place where no one else needs to know your thoughts or desires, because this moment here is just for you, free of judgment, a moment of bliss and serenity, a moment to feel at ease and at peace with your true self. In thinking of the construct of this beautiful cabin that you designed just for you, you may feel proud of your ability to visualize and to see the things that you want to have in your life manifest, where you may fall into a deep sleep with sweet dreams that heal you and unlock the answers you may have been looking for in your waking life. And as you drift into the discovery of the deepest parts of yourself.
In these steps, you surrender to sleep, or you drift through time and space to another cozy story. The choice is now yours. Early snow at the cabin. You suddenly find yourself walking at the edge of a winding gray road that leads you out of a small, picturesque mountain village. Your breath condenses into whimsical and wispy, silvery white clouds that float away from the warmth of your mouth. You can feel the kinetic energy of the town behind you, feeling as each step is leading you closer to stillness and a deep quietude. The air smells of wood-burning fires and decaying leaves and the rich earth. And as you walk along the shoulder of the main street that now turns into a barely used highway, you note the leaves around you are still in full
autumnal glory. In shades of deep amber, chartreuse, magenta, and rich plum, the foliage delicately hangs as the trees are nearing the readiness of releasing their leaves, of letting go, just as right now you are ready to let go and release anything that may weigh you down, anything that you no longer need to bring along in this new season. And you are comfortably adorned in a thick brick red plaid flannel jacket, soft, worn-in jeans, and insulated buttery lace-up boots that gently sink into the damp earth that runs alongside the slick, paved road, shimmering with a wet dew. And with each step, you inhale and exhale, saying your breath, and perhaps thinking back to the first time that you realized your breath could be visible. How fun it had been the first time when you played around and pretended to blow smoke. And seeing your own breath is like seeing your own life force, the aliveness and being that comes with each breath. And how grateful you feel right now for each breath. The late afternoon sky is a deep gray, and you anticipate the change in the air, this calm before a storm, sensing that even without the conversations you had earlier with people in the village, that you would intuitively know that the weather is about to change. And this makes you feel deeply tapped into your own intuition. This feeling that has existed before you embraced the power of language and rational thought. It was just a feeling that you could trust, a feeling that you can now trust. It smells like snow is on its way. That cool, vibrant, metallic perfume that floats upon the damp twilight's air. And with this feeling, a few flurries begin to fall, melting quickly, some even melting in the warmer air as they get closer to the earth's surface. Up ahead, you see a dirt road that veers off the highway, and as if to greet you, you see a hand-carved log sign that reads your name. This is your property. This is your sanctuary. And your heavy feet guide you as you feel the change in sensation, stepping from the pillowy fallen leaves of the road's edge onto the firmer dirt road that is now damp beneath your boots. A cooler wind begins to blow as the air changes from crisp to slightly nippy, and you give yourself a gentle embrace and rub your hands against the warm flannel fabric of your coat. You place your hands in the pockets and walk beneath the canopy of colorful trees that hug around the dirt road that begins to wind and to narrow the further along you go. A bird of prey flies overhead, soaring with its wings in a dark silhouette against the darkening sky. And a family of deer come upon the dirt path, familiar with you and your scent. They stop and catch your gaze. And for a moment you connect with the doe's eyes that are surrounded by thick lashes. And you feel the shared awareness of the present moment that grounds you and brings you a state of ease. You feel a sense of belonging, that you are home, that you are of yourself, and you are also of this world and this beautiful sacred environment. The sky continues to darken above as you come close upon a black A-frame cabin with a wraparound deck. White Christmas lights are carefully strung along the wooden railings of the deck and the triangular shape of the home. A dog comes running to greet you, your most loyal friend, so happy for your arrival that he or she does a spin and chases his or her own tail in blissful splendor. And you smile, your smile expanding into a deep laugh of joy. You feel the creases in your face, the origins of laugh lines that will forever tattoo your countenance with memories of joy. And when you truly look back, you can find even the briefest periods and simplest moments of joy that illuminate inside your heart center right now. Like the strong Christmas lights magically illuminate your cabin getaway. These blissful memories and sensations are strung together by the thread that is you. You are the keeper of these thoughts and these feelings, and they make you feel so very grateful now. And you may even visualize that there is a chest like a treasure chest kept within your heart center, where you may carefully wrap up the string of gleaming, happy memories for safekeeping. And whenever you so desire, you may open up this hope chest and feel your face illuminated by their bright, warm, blissful energy. Your pup leads you around the deck to the other side of the home, the backside of this sanctuary, this cabin that was built just for you. Faces a still lake, illuminated by random porch lights on the other side of the water. Your playful pup runs circles around the deck, and you turn on a switch that ignites an outdoor fire pit in the center of the deck. The dog nestles upon a wool blanket next to the fire, feeling so cozy and content by the appearance of the fire, this primal thing that has kept those who came before you safe, alive, and comfortable for thousands of years. Near the fire pit, towards the edge of the deck, is a hot tub that glows brightly beneath the now darkened sky. You think to yourself that this would be a perfect time to disrobe and unwind, feeling free, unwatched, and able to do whatever you desire. You remove your heavy clothes and climb the steps leading into the jacuzzi, counting each step. 1, 2, 3, before immersing yourself in the tub. And within the warm, bubbling water, the lights illuminate the tub in different colors. Feeling euphoric as a strong wind comes through and blows your hair aggressively behind you. You remove your hands from the turquoise water and slick your hair back, enjoying the sensation of the cool air on your warm hands. The steamy mist above the tub covers your face and lips with moisture as you exhale again. And you feel like you are in this magical state of mind, once again remembering when you first experienced this. And you continue to inhale and exhale through pursed lips, blowing out anything that's been trapped in your body, emotions, tightness in your muscles, stress, feelings that no longer serve you, just the same as the leaves falling down in the surrounding wooded area of the lake are no longer needed by the trees. They merely weigh them down in the new season that is coming. The jets of the tub pound streams of hot water into the deep cavities of your joints and tired muscles, heating and massaging them. Your body is beginning to melt like jelly, and you just sigh. Your chest rising above the water before falling deeply below. And now, as you exhale, you see words that begin to appear. And as your exhale hits the air, it takes flight on the frigid breeze that rattles the remaining leaves from the trees as they cascade down like a shower of jewel-toned streamers. And your exhalation, like a trail of smoke in the air, is illuminated by the word believe. And this word travels through the air until, like an invisible pen, it illuminates all the falling leaves with the word believe. And you do. You just believe. Believe that everything is okay. That you are right where you need to be right now. That all will be as it is meant to be. Inhaling again and exhaling as the word hope rides upon your visible breath and ignites each falling leaf with the word hope. And you are now surrounded by hope. You are surrounded by peace and stillness and nature. And as the last of the leaves come down in the swirling winds that whip across the lake, large snowflakes begin to fall as well. Like lace doilies, they are oversized and grand and cluster upon your hair and melt instantly in the steam of the hot tub. Your pup is now nestled beneath the wool blanket, and you close your eyes and just allow a snowflake to melt upon your lips before you lick them. It tastes like childhood. It tastes like winter, like a new season that is perfectly designed for finding safety and respite, for hibernating, for going deep within, for cuddling, for deep rest and restoration, for slowing down and letting go, And as the snow begins to come down more heavily, you rise from the hot tub and reach into a chest on the deck that contains a plush, oversized robe that you wrap around your person. You call your pup while grabbing your belongings as your bare feet step upon the cold, snow-dusted deck. Your dog eagerly follows you as you enter the sliding door. Upon entry, the sensors installed in the house recognize you, and the fireplace in the center of the room comes to life, while the outside deck fire is put out. An automatic machine begins to make your favorite hot beverage and deposits it in your favorite mug that rests below the spout. And you feel safe and cozy as this early snowstorm intensifies outside. The ceilings of your common area rise highly above, lofty and open. Skylight windows catch the patter of snowflakes that fall and are illuminated like white crystals above. You grab your beverage and come over near the fire, cuddling with a velvety blanket next to your pet. The wind whips around the home and across the lake, and you are so grateful to have this safe refuge. So happy to live in a time where an early snowstorm is a welcome spectacle, because you have an abode and a fire to weather out the storm. So toasty and comfortable, your body still radiating heat from your time spent in the massaging bubbles of the hot tub. You are ready to melt into the couch. You continue sipping your drink, and like a sleep tonic, it causes you to feel more tired and relaxed. The decor of your home is designed perfectly to meet your preferences. And across the mantle above the fireplace are framed photos of people you have loved most in this lifetime. And there are photos of you doing what you most enjoy. And scanning each framed photo, your eyes now bleary and heavy with encroaching sleep, you begin to see beyond what is there, beyond what has happened. You begin to see a series of photos that contain all you hope to manifest. Perhaps it is love or a career change, or perhaps it is great health and strength. Perhaps there is something you have kept close to your heart, a secret desire that is completely acceptable to keep just for you, whatever it is. There are photos of all the possibilities for you, and you gently smile, knowing deep within, knowing in the same place that intuition allowed you to anticipate the storm that has arrived, that you are able to make this happen. You are able to visualize. You are able to do all that you need to do because you are enough, and you always have been. You are worthy, and you very much deserve to feel so good right now, at peace, at ease. The snow, now like icing, has coated the outside deck and the skylights above. You feel as if you are in a frozen capsule, kept warm by the fire, kept inspired by the photos upon your mantle. And with that, you begin to feel all the more heavy and tired. You begin to feel a readiness for the transition that you witnessed firsthand between seasons, and how there was an ease in the overlap, that sometimes seasons in our life may comfortably overlap, so we may prepare and comfortably transition. Letting your eyelids fall upon your tired eyes, feeling as your chest rises and falls, deepening your breath until your belly rises and falls, and you just sigh. And in mutual understanding, your beloved and relaxed pet begins to sigh as well, and you stretch out and cuddle, allowing yourself to just let go, knowing the cozy dreams to come will usher you towards healing and fulfillment and guidance. If you feel like you would like more guidance on what to do to manifest all that you desire in your waking life. And the night feels like a bliss-filled dream, or bedtime story you once heard as a small child. Spectacular and comforting, resonating deeply with dreams you have had before, and your lids becoming heavy, and your limbs and body sinking deeper and deeper down. And right now, you just take in the safety of this moment as the early snowstorm intensifies outside. Breathing in and out, you are free to drift further and further away from my voice and towards this golden bridge that safely leads you to the deep stillness of sleep and sweet dreams. Shadows dancing around you from the fire that burns brightly, beautiful and serene, and you are floating deeper and deeper down, drifting away closer to sleep as you inhale and exhale, finding surrender. If anyone were to witness this moment, or you were to rise above and peer into this scene from the outside looking in, you would see the soft and sleeping face of a person who is so very happy and relaxed, so safe and snuggled into a beautiful place for respite, drifting down, 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 letting your consciousness drift away from the howling wind and falling snow that may continue into the night, finding rest and ease, enjoying the safety from the storm.
And you may choose to surrender to deep, soothing sleep, or you may drift through space and time to another sleepy adventure, floating along to the A-frame cabin. Imagine being seated in a convertible that slowly rolls over the gravel of a long, narrow driveway. Patches of the night sky are visible through the canopy of evergreen trees that create a silhouette overhead. Crickets sing out their summer songs of splendor. The persistent croak of frogs carries across the lake. The nocturnal world awakens at the start of twilight. You have arrived at your A-frame cabin after a long, hot day. You relish the tepid air and breathe in the cool humidity brought on by nightfall. You inhale the aroma of balsam fir and rich earth that is covered in pine needles. The smells harmoniously merge with the smell of the freshwater lake. These summer nights are perfect for driving on the country roads with the top down. Fireflies begin to flicker in neon yellow and dance around you as you drive the car towards the lights of your A-frame cabin. Your furry pet is nestled in the passenger seat, and while they slept most of the journey, they now stand with their paws on the top of the passenger's door, and their ears are perked. Outdoor globe lights are strung from the highest peak of the triangular cabin and illuminate the perimeter of the home, an outdoor deck like a magical oasis. Your A-frame cabin came to you in a unique way, as a gift you never expected to receive. You were gifted it at a time when you most needed a place to get away. and it has served as the centerpiece in your joyous memories over many seasons. Each time you pull in and park your car, you take a moment and exhale and whisper thank you. Your gratitude is deepened with every visit. You turn off the car and grab your weekender bag and exit the vehicle as your pet follows excitedly behind you. A-frames first came to be in the 1950s. Erected like permanent tents, they offer open spaces, so guests must congregate together. The all-roof dwelling has angles and nooks that are perfect for cozy nights spent indoors, especially during rainy days and snowstorms. The simple, clean lines of the home conjure nostalgia for simpler times. Your A-frame has a wall of windows that look out on the lake and catch the morning sunrise over the water. You walk on the dewy grass towards the mulch path that leads to the front door. Your pet races you up the steps to the front porch and you follow, smiling and slowly inhaling the fragrant air. Each deep breath is a meditation. When you open the door to this getaway, it's as if you have set down the weight of a dozen cinder blocks that you had no idea you were carrying. You enter the open living space and flip on a switch. Warm honey-hued lights illuminate the home that is decorated to your preferences. The angled walls are mostly bare, but the accents in the room are in your favorite color scheme. A fireplace rests in the center of the side wall, and a long dining table that has served many dinner guests runs along the opposite wall. You set down your bag and go to the kitchen, designed perfectly to your preferences. You grab a glass from the cupboard and hold it in your hand for a moment. And think of how everything in this cabin you associate with getting away. This is the respite from your normal life, and yet it has familiarity and deeply rooted memories of you at your most relaxed and content. You pour yourself something to drink. Perhaps it is a special drink you associate with vacations or simply spoiling yourself. You take a silver pet bowl that was left in the drying rack and fill it with water. You set it on the floor and watch your pet lap up the crisp water sourced locally from the lake. You dim the lights in the home to the perfect ambiance as you walk towards the large back deck. It overlooks the lake and your dock, where a vibrantly colored canoe rests. You open the French doors onto the deck. With a flip of an outdoor switch, a fire pit that lines the back deck comes to life. The marmalade flames lick the night air and border a small floating pool. Waterfalls cascade from the second floor windows into the pool with another flick of a switch. A fire-fed hot tub is on the far side of the deck, but on summer nights like tonight, you are drawn to the hammock chair that hangs over the pool. You remove your shoes and feel the cool, damp wooden planks of the deck as you walk towards the swing. You climb into the silky braided rope of the swing, and it contours around your tired body like a nest. Your toes dangle into the lukewarm pool and create ripples across the surface. Your pet lies down next to you and watches the ripples as they expand. You look towards the lake, now lit by a waxing gibbous moon in shimmering silver light. Come tomorrow, your loved ones will arrive, and sounds of laughter and animated conversation will reverberate through your A-frame. But for now, you relish being with your beloved pet in the quietude of the summer night. You listen to the waterfalls cascade into the pool. A trail of smoke from a neighbor's campfire snakes through the sky and over your deck, bringing with it the smell of burning wood and marshmallows roasted to perfection. Close your eyes and relish every sensation from the summer breeze. You are soothed by the sounds of a hoot owl and the smell of your oasis in the woods, and you begin to drift, floating through time, floating through space, floating through seasons. Autumn is at its peak as you drive down the narrow driveway beneath the richly saturated hues of gold, marigold, chartreuse, aubergine, magenta, and fiery red. The sun casts the woods in the golden hour light, and everything appears to be dripping in honey. You arrive at your A-frame and park. The long roofs of your cabin glow like amber mountain slopes. You step out of the car and your pet follows. You walk on the mosaic pattern of vibrant fallen leaves. The bright colors are like a patchwork quilt, signaling the end of summer and foreshadowing the impending winter. You are dressed in a knit sweater with a thick collar that rises beneath your chin. The air is brisk and made sweetly fragrant by the breakdown of sugars in the decaying leaves. The briny aroma of the lake in summer has now become sharp and metallic. You stretch your arms overhead and walk towards the porch of your A-frame. Your part-time neighbors have surprised you by decorating the deck with pumpkins and decorative squash that they grew in their garden. On nights like tonight, you long for the comforts of your fire-fed hot tub. You enter the A-frame and ascend the spiral stairs that lead to your bedroom in the loft. The ceiling of the room is comprised of wooden beams, perhaps painted, or perhaps a shade of wood you find soothing. In the heart of the room is a plush bed that fits beneath the triangular design of the home. The windows behind the bed overlook the forest, which is now like a vibrant painting by Mother Nature, portraying fall's most beautiful jewel tones. Sleeping here is cozy and conjures feelings of what it must be like to be an animal safely tucked in the hollow of a tree. You walk to an antique dresser and take out your swimwear and change into it. Your body is tired, and you long to relax on this perfect fall day. You wrap yourself in a plush, well-worn robe and descend the stairs, so blissful that you are floating down each step. Your pet eagerly waits at the back door. You walk to them and open the door and flick on the switch to the outdoor fire. The flames match the glorious amber and fiery tones of falling leaves and the late day sun. The crisp air has dropped even further in temperature, and it feels welcome and invigorating against your face. You walk towards the fire-fed rustic hot tub. It is deep and inviting. You remove your robe and goosebumps ripple across your skin, starting at your neck and traveling down to your toes as you feel the cool air. You enjoy this feeling of aliveness and blood flowing through this remarkable body that has survived and carried you through this life. You slowly step into the tub and are met with a mix of pleasure and a need to adjust to the steamy water. Your pet settles on a nearby lounger and concentrates intensely on the deer that stand by the lake's edge and lap up the fresh water. Nature brings you fully immersive entertainment whenever you sit on the deck of your A-frame. The lake is like amber silk, illuminated by the molten lava-hued light of the sun. In the distance, a rowboat creates ripples across the water. Squirrels scamper across the branches of trees, occasionally dropping an acorn or two onto the earth's floor. It's so still and quiet that you can hear the percussive patter of falling acorns, the wind rustling the leaves, and the gentle melody of the waves lapping against the lakeshore. You once again inhale the cool air and feel it warm through your nose and the back of your throat before it fills your lungs. Your body has adjusted to the hot tub's temperature. You enjoy this perfect combination of cool air against your face, while the rest of your body floats in the comforting heat. And once again, you close your eyes and say, "Thank you." Gratitude overflows you with warmth and is so abundant you imagine it spilling out of the tub and flowing down over the jewel-toned leaves that blanket the knoll that leads to the lake. You radiate warmth, love, light, and peace. And on this wave of gratitude, you once again find yourself floating, drifting, traveling through time. Winter has arrived. Your lakeside A-frame is covered in a fresh blanket of snow. The clean lines of the roof are like perfect ski slopes, wedged among the evergreens and bare trees that are covered with a thick, layer of snow. You are nestled inside the warm A-frame as large, wet snowflakes fall from the elephant gray skies. The icy blue lake is mostly frozen and mottled with patches of pristine white snow. You await the arrival of your beloved friends for a festive winter celebration before year's end. The high, lofty ceilings of the open space allowed you to buy the tallest tree available from the Christmas tree farm. The glorious tree is adorned with colorful lights and silver tinsel, antique ornaments, and framed photos of happy times at the cabin. A fire burns in the fireplace. The crackles and pops carry over the analog sound of music that plays from a record player. Your pet is curled up by the fire, and you are seated on the plush sofa in the glow of fairy lights that drape down from the loft. Curled up against faux fur pillows and wrapped in a velvety blanket, you hold an oversized mug in your hands and sip hot cocoa. You look out to the snowy knoll that leads to the icy lake and envision yourself sliding down in a sleigh beneath the falling snow. You imagine ice skating across the lake in winters past, wearing soft knitted mittens purchased from a local fair. During the winter season, you relish the open space overhead that gives you the sense of freedom and space you experience outdoors. The wall of windows connects you with the frigid beauty of winter from the warm, safe comforts of the indoors. The first guests begin to arrive, bearing gifts and beloved holiday dishes. The people to come are those you may have not seen in some time and have been important influences at various moments in your life. Your pet is the first to greet them. When all have arrived, the moments blend together with overlapping experiences of laughter, joy, and shared memories. The early darkness of winter makes the warm glow of the cabin all the cozier and all the more inviting. The smells of your favorite foods, of warmed cinnamon rolls and mulled cider, fill the air in the A-frame. And after many rounds of board games and noshing on holiday delicacies, the group decides it is time for a winter's walk. You bundle up in a scarf and mittens and winter boots. You outfit your pet in a warm coat that was gifted by one of the guests. You guide everyone out onto the snow-covered deck, and they begin to make their way down towards the lake. The collective sound of boots crunching on the fresh snow travels across the pristine frozen lake in the stillness of the night. You flick on the outdoor fire, and it serves as a beacon of light and symbol of warmth. You slowly fall behind the group and listen to the faint conversations that carry on the wintry air. falling snow dampens the sound and makes the night feel even more still and quiet. And while you cannot make out the words of their exchanges, the tone of the conversation lulls you into a state of bliss. The greatest gift of this home is being able to share it with others and bring them together to create wonderful memories. Your pet leans against your leg, and you feel their body snuggling, awaiting for your next move to follow along. Instead, you stand in total stillness. Your boots compress the snow beneath your feet as snowflakes dance in the night air. A few flakes fall on your lips and eyelashes and begin to melt. Close your eyes and take in a deep breath. And you say thank you. Your gratitude is your greatest asset and gift. And for this home and this moment, you are full of gratitude. And once again, you are traveling through time, floating, drifting. Spring has arrived, and so have you. The brilliant cornflower blue skies offer hope. You walk with your pet along the lakeshore. The thaw that comes with spring's warmth creates silvery streams of trickling water that cascade into the lake. The air smells vegetal and floral, while the sun feels warm. There is a nip in the breeze, and you see storm clouds in the distance. You approach the emerald green hill that leads to your A-frame. It is dappled with butter-hued dandelions and periwinkle forget-me-nots. Your pet scurries up the damp knoll and leaves footprints in the earth. You follow behind and feel the suction of the thawed ground. It is as if the earth yearns to absorb all the sunlight and spring rain it can, because this thaw has left it once again open to receiving. You feel open to receiving the beauty of spring. The winds change as the first drops of rain begin to fall and splat against the back deck of your cabin. Small droplets collect on the buds of once barren trees, and the rain falls on a cherry blossom tree that is in full bloom next to your cabin. The dark clouds take over the sky, and the lake becomes like a silver gray mirror. Spring always reminds you that the stormiest of days give way to blossoms and to growth. You feel a few cold raindrops land on your lips and fingers. You enter your home and your pet follows. They instinctively shake off the rain droplets from their coat. You feel sleepy and in need of rest. So relaxed from your walk in the forest in the spring air. You remove your shoes and leave them on the doormat. You walk towards the spiral steps and ascend to your loft, counting each step as you climb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You reach the top stair and once more you peer out on the lake. The rain falls steadily, creating ripples as it lands on the sleepy waterway. Raindrops patter on the roof. In a hypnotic, soothing rhythm. The inside of your A-frame is warm and dry. You walk towards your sleeping nook and peel back the covers and climb into your bed. You pat on the bed and your pet jumps up to join you. They nestle alongside your torso beneath the blankets. The room is dark, safe, and cozy. Streams of rain cascade down the skylights like metallic tears. But they are tears of joy, the sweet release from the clouds that bring the promise of verdant fields and colorful blossoms. You take in a deep breath, and the room smells of cedar and fresh rain. Your head sinks deep into the pillow and you close your eyes. And as the rain lulls you to sleep in this precious A-frame, you once again say thank you. This cabin is like a jewelry box that houses the most precious memories and valuables of your life. Every time you revisit the cabin, you revisit the reminders that the world can be so beautiful and serene, that you are cared for, you are tended to, you are capable of many things. And this precious A-frame is a reminder to focus on all that is magical, all the good that has been attracted into your life, and a reminder that there is always a sanctuary for you to come to and restore yourself. You deserve to feel restored and loved. You deserve to experience the most soothing, healing moments that life has to offer you. What you seek, you will find. For now, you seek sleep and sweet, beautiful dreams. You sink into the bed and feel the gentle motion of your pet as they inhale and exhale. You notice the undulations of your own body as you inhale deeply and then sigh. Everything about this moment is soft, safe, and peaceful. You surrender to the feelings that come, floating, drifting, or traveling to the next cozy cottage that awaits you. Cottage by the Sea. Our last story brings you to a barrier island where seaside dreams are evoked. And you may visualize your feet upon the wet brown sand as the blue-green ocean is so briny. You can taste the salt upon your parted lips. taking in a deep breath through your nose as you look towards the midday sun. The salty air is palpable, and you are accompanied by a dog who runs to you with a piece of driftwood that you take and throw out into the ocean. The dog is smiling as the surf comes upon your feet, and she breaks through the waves to retrieve the bone-white, weathered wood. You watch as a tiny white crab scampers in front of you, going back towards the sea. As bubbles form from moon snails digging deep beneath the surface, as the tide pulls away like a curtain of water. Seagulls flock overhead, and you remember days as a child with nothing but a plastic sand pail and shovel needed to occupy an entire day. You feel the sand between your toes, the water so warm it's like a bath on this summer day. As your pup returns again with the same piece of driftwood, you decide to take a swim, removing your linen clothing that billows in the breeze. You strip down to your swimsuit before you run full speed into the crashing waves. The current is lively, but you swim past the breaking point as your strong arms and legs cut through the water. You begin to slow down and relax where the waves are calmer and you may just float. Your canine companion takes to the shore, and you feel protected as she watches you, running parallel to you as you float on your back. You look to the cornflower blue sky above as big puffy clouds make formations that you focus on. Your hair, like floating tendrils, surrenders to the waves and gives your scalp a gentle massage. And whatever tension you had in your chest and in your lungs is releasing now. Perhaps you weren't even aware you were carrying it, but now you sigh out this release, letting it go. Feeling that all your tension and all your cares can be absorbed by the magnanimous ocean. You feel your own smallness right now, and how small and tiny your concerns and thoughts are. You are a small part of this big, beautiful world. You close your eyes and feel the rays of sunlight hit your face, so warm and healing. remembering the first time you noticed the sun and relished its warmth, floating to and fro, supported by each wave that rocks you and lulls you deeper into relaxation. And you don't know how much time goes by before you open your eyes and see your pup patiently waiting and wagging her tail, and you decide to ride the waves to the shore. A big wave comes along, and just before it crests, you come atop it and body surf on your belly, letting your arms slice through the water, and you laugh. This moment of fun just for the sake of joy, for the sake of enjoying being you and being alive. A reminder that you need to have more moments of joy and fun. The sound of your laughter is there as a strong reminder of who you are and have been. The consciousness of going through this human experience, and always with the ability to laugh and focus on the beautiful lightness of being. Riding one more wave, floating in this sensation of being light and unbound as you come to shallow waters and your knees touch the sand. You stand walking towards the shore as waves hit your calves and you find balance. Every step is a new opportunity to rebalance. And in the ocean, never do you look to a wave and get upset at what it does, because this is its natural state. Even when the waves make it harder to stand or to walk. And you may find other moments in your life when you can offer the same patience and understanding. At times, life may feel hard, but with patience, you know it will pass, and know that challenges will cause you to become focused and balanced, and have an opportunity to shine with all the strengths and gifts that you have been developing. The dog is now leading you towards your cottage. The dunes rise high, as if reaching towards the sky, in sable hills that are populated with seagrass that grows as tall as you and blows like green feathers in the constant breeze. You grab your clothes and use them to wipe the salt water from your face as you continue down the open beach that is seemingly endless. The sun is beginning to get closer towards the horizon, towards the Pamlico Sound, which forms the largest saltwater lagoon in the country. The sky now a fiery pink, as the blonde sand takes on a cotton candy hue, and streaks of magenta, like stripes of melted wax, intersect the blue skies. The air is still warm, and the breeze is like a silk blanket that wraps around you with this warmth, even as the sun sets in the west. And you see the outline of your cottage up ahead as your dog runs full speed. The leader of the pack, she keeps tabs on your progress before sprinting, and you decide to run as well, feeling your lungs take in deep breaths, and the power of the muscles in your legs and the support of your feet that have faithfully carried you every step in your life. Your ribs expand to their greatest capacity, and you sigh out your breath as you come to the path to your cottage. And you take a moment to just take in all the details of this cottage. The color and the architecture is exactly how you want them to be. While cozy, nestled behind a sand fence that keeps the drifts under control. You take in the details. The windows like eyes on the sea. A part of the cottage you may see directly through the home, from the glass doors facing the sea, straight through the bow windows that look out on the dunes. The home oozes with history and with charm. As you have come to this cottage and created memories with every soul in this life that you have loved. And as memories come in layers, memories of the sea and of meals enjoyed, of warm embraces and intimate moments, of times when you were able to be yourself freely. All these feelings and memories, all of these connections and bonds that go beyond space or time, are contained in this cottage by the sea. Like a treasure chest of light, as bright as the rays of the summer's sun. When you enter this home, you are engulfed and protected by feelings of love and reminders of the you that has always been you. of the most authentic expression of who you are. And in this home, you are safe to feel all the feelings you wish to feel and to process all the things you wish to process. It is a time capsule, and it is your refuge. As the pup runs upon the porch, you come to an outdoor shower that is surrounded by walls of weather-worn gray wood that has been blasted by sand and storms and still remains. You turn on the shower and step out of your swimsuit and feel the tepid fresh water wash away the tiny white salt crystals that have dried on your skin and in your hair. Washing them away, you grab a bar of handmade soap that smells of your favorite aromas, and you wash away the day. You wash away the sand and the salt, feeling so clean and fresh and renewed. And you are made aware of how your lungs feel, relaxed and at ease, in the same way they feel after you have recovered from a fit of giggles with someone who just understands. You look to the sky, now cast a dark shade of sapphire blue, as silvery white clouds drift across the night sky and the stars begin to reveal themselves. In the same way, freckles begin to come out after a day in the sun. The sound of the ocean waves crashing is like a persistent song of healing. As you wrap yourself in a plush robe that hangs on a hook outside the shower, you tighten the belt, feeling snug, and bring your nose to the collar to take in the soft smell of fresh laundry that is dried in the sun. Your muscles feel tired and soft and relaxed. You notice the tension you often hold in your face, in your forehead, and in your jaw has completely relaxed and is nothing but a distant memory. You step into soft slippers and walk up the sun-faded steps that lead you to a deck. Your dog laps up water from a bowl on the deck. As you pour food into her food bowl and notice how easily her needs are met, how easy it is for her to feel happy. And you admire this trait and aspire to be just as grateful for the little things. You enter the cottage from the deck and take note of the wooden floors and open floor plan, with a living room that expands into a dining nook and kitchen, with a high ceiling and exposed beams. The white wood-paneled walls are layered with photo upon photo of beach scenes with those you love, with photos of you smiling at all ages of your life, from infancy to today, all highlighting a special time in your life. These crowning moments that define who you are and how much you have grown on this journey through life. A journey that only you most understand and recall, living out your own movie. And the history of this home can be felt. It can be smelled with the aroma of the old wood planks and the smell of books that line the walls in a built-in shelf. The books of your childhood and the novels and memoirs that have cultivated who you are as an adult. You run your fingers along the spines of the books and note the board games on the lowest shelf that represent years of memories and play with those you love and those who have drifted in and out of your life. You walk to the kitchen and open the fridge to remove a sandwich made of your favorite ingredients and a beverage of your choice, which you take back to the deck. Your pup, having finished her own dinner, follows you as you sit in a wooden rocking chair that perfectly fits the curve of your spine. The deck is now illuminated by a string of colorful glass lanterns that glow softly in a rainbow palette. The moon beams above as the cicadas and frogs are singing out their nocturnal melodies. The ocean continues to crash, and the crests of the waves take on a metallic hue from the glow of the moon. The sea is now a dark ebony blue, and like the sky above, is like an endless dark canvas upon which reflections gleam from the stars that ignite the sky above. You rock back and forth in the chair, noshing on your sandwich and sipping your beverage, conscious to every flavor and sensation to come in this moment. You are fully present and relaxed. Your pup curls up at your feet, and you feel the warmth of her body and soft fur against your bare legs. And you look to the ocean, feeling satiated and relaxed, and remember all the beautiful memories of night walks and hunts for crabs. You feel at peace in this solitude as you look to the stars, and time feels anything but linear, as if the totality of your life and all the dreams you wish to come true are painted upon the sky above, and you simply breathe, and you watch them play out upon the velvet blanket of stars, knowing how precious your life is. How many arcs may take hold in your life and form this entire journey as you see the arcs and connect the stars that symbolize the highlights and turning points in your own life. You inhale the ocean's breeze and then sigh it out, rocking back and forth and feeling quite tired. Your skin is soft to the touch, smelling of soap that marries the briny air. Your hair, now dry, is still beachy and in a natural state. You are feeling quite tired, so you rise and walk to the edge of the deck one last time, stretching your arms out straight as you take hold of the railing and extend your heart, fully open to the moon and the ocean. Your heart is open to all the wonders and all the possibilities that meet you with each day. And you feel connected, as if a string is tied to your heart center and plugged into the power of all that is around you. You inhale one last time and say thank you to the moon and the stars, and to the beach and the ocean for always being there. And you rise and walk to the far end of the deck, entering the cottage through a second set of sliding doors that open into your bedroom. Your dog follows behind, lumbering now in a tired state that resonates with how you currently feel. The bedroom is quaint and adorned with seashells and seahorses and other gifts from the sea that you have collected throughout your time spent in the Outer Banks. The room is illuminated by the silver glow of the moon and the colorful hanging lanterns that you turn off with a flip of a switch. You remove your slippers and leave them by the door, closing a screen and noting how the sheer curtains gently sway in the breeze. A ceiling fan spins and the room is cool as you step your bare feet upon the smooth wooden floor. So tired, you feel as if you are swimming through the blue-black darkness of the room. Your dog goes to sleep in her bed, located next to yours. As you come upon the white four-poster bed and peel back the down comforter and crisp cotton sheets, you climb into the bed, tucking yourself in tightly as you hear the whispering ocean sounds that carry and lull you into a trance. Your body becomes more and more heavy as you sink deeper and deeper down and inhale and exhale. Safe in this cozy cottage that has weathered many a storm on this barrier island. Feeling grateful as your eyelids become storybook screens that show memories of your times on the beach. The laughter that carries through like a thread of joy in the fabric of your life's story. The times you have run and skipped, felt the sand and water through your toes in all seasons of your life, timeless, nurtured, alive, well, and I am going to count you to sleep as you fade away from the sound of the sea and the gentle breeze, from your waking life across the bridge to your sleeping life. You may even visualize this bridge like a bridge across a saltwater marsh beneath the moon that leads you to the safety of your dreams tonight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 3, finding peace, finding stillness, finding sleep, finding escape. It's time to dream away. Good night.